Welcome back to World Coins History. You've heard the saying, old is gold, but these rare quarter-dollar coins that are worth more than you might imagine. Before you watch entire video and comment if you find one of these. Who knows? Your next treasure could be hiding a fortune. Let's dive in. Top 1. Today we're unlocking the secrets of a powerful and mysterious coin from American history, the 1972 Washington quarter dollar. And trust me, it's not just pocket change anymore. It's a gateway into the world of high-value collecting where one simple coin could lead you to something truly rare and unforgettable. Hold your breath and listen closely because what I'm about to share might change the way you look at coins forever. The 1972 quarter might look like a normal piece of silver colored metal, but hidden in this coin are secrets that collectors around the world are watching very closely. From rare errors to shocking auction sales, this coin is no joke. It's a serious player in the collector world. Just imagine, you're holding an old quarter in your hand, the kind that's been passed around through generations. But then you notice something strange. The letters are bolder, the image is off, the strike feels different. That's when your heart starts racing because you might be holding a rare error coin that could bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars at the right auction. The 1972 quarter was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing coins at high volume. But in all that rush, certain errors slipped through. And that's where the magic begins for collectors. Some of the most exciting examples include double-die obverse coins, where George Washington's profile and inscriptions look shadowed or doubled. If you ever find one like that, don't let it go. Now listen to this. Collectors have reported finding 1972 quarters with off-center strikes where part of the design is missing. Even a 10% or 15% off-center can boost value significantly. One such coin was picked up in a coin show in Atlanta and later sold to a private buyer for a surprisingly high price. These things happen when you stay alert and know exactly what to look for. There are even rarer cases where coins were struck on planchets meant for other denominations. Imagine a quarter struck on a nickel planchet or even a foreign blank. These kinds of minting errors are like winning the lottery in the coin world. And yes, they've sold at major auctions in cities like Chicago and Phoenix where collectors battle it out to own something this rare. Another thing to keep your eye on is die cracks or cuds on the coin. These are raised lines or blobs where the die used to strike the coin had been damaged or broken, and these small imperfections make a huge difference to collectors who love the uniqueness of error coins. Even without major errors, coins with strong details, clean edges, and almost nowhere have become valuable in today's market. Coins graded MS-65 and above, especially with full strike detail, are in demand in cities like Dallas, New York, and Los Angeles where coin shows are packed with buyers. Now if you're new to collecting or just getting serious, here's a tip you'll thank me for later. Always check the edge of the quarter, run your finger along it, look for any irregularities or misalignments. Also use a magnifying glass to check the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" for any doubling or smearing. Sometimes even the tiniest variation can mean a huge jump in value. And don't forget to check the reverse side too. The eagle with outstretched wings should have fine feather details, and any shift in alignment or extra thickness in letters like quarter dollar could be a clue to a special strike. Another important tip: never clean your old coins. It might be tempting to make them shine, but collectors want original surfaces, natural aging, and authentic toning. Especially coins with rainbow or golden hues are gaining popularity in auctions and online marketplaces. If you find a 1972 quarter with any of these features, set it aside immediately and get it checked by a professional grading service. Once it's certified, the value jumps even higher, and that's where things really get exciting. Collectors from all over the world are still searching for those hidden gems from the 70s, and this quarter stands right at the top of that list because of its age, striking history, and potential for rare minting mistakes that make it a collector's dream. There's a deep beauty in this coin's simplicity, but also a treasure hiding beneath the surface that only a careful eye can catch. And when you find it, you won't just be holding a quarter, you'll be holding a piece of American minting history that has stories baked right into its metal. So take your time, check every detail, don't toss your change without looking twice, and most of all, never underestimate the value of a coin just because it looks ordinary, because sometimes the rarest pieces are the ones hiding in plain sight. And now here comes the part you've all been waiting for. The original market value of this coin when it was released was only 25 cents, but today, depending on its condition, mint mark, and the type of error it carries, this same coin has shocked collectors with sales reaching into the hundreds and even thousands of dollars in real-world auctions. So if you've got a 1972 quarter tucked away in a drawer or sitting in your coin jar, go check it right now. And if you find something special, come back here and tell us in the comments. We want to hear your story and celebrate your discovery with you. Top 2, we're diving into the world of the 1982 United States quarter dollar, a coin that isn't just old, it's packed with mystery, with rarity, with errors that turn a simple pocket change into a collectible treasure. And today, we'll uncover exactly why this coin is taking over auctions and grabbing the attention of serious coin lovers all across America. So if you're a collector, or even just a curious coin hunter who dreams of finding that one coin that could change your story, then stay with me till the very end, because what I'm about to share is going to make you look at every quarter differently from now on. The 1982 Washington quarter might seem like just another piece of metal, but it holds a story unlike any other. This was a year when the United States Mint was under pressure, and something very important happened. There were no official mint sets released to the public. That means, collectors had to pull coins straight from circulation, which also means, most of the 1982 quarters out there were used, worn, passed from hand to hand, making uncirculated or high-grade examples super rare and highly desirable today. But that's just the beginning. What really makes the 1982 quarter so exciting are the errors that were accidentally created during minting. One of the most famous ones is the missing mint mark error. Imagine finding a coin that should have had a P or D under Washington's head, but it's just not there. And then there's the incredible clipped planchet error, where a small part of the coin is literally missing because it was punched incorrectly from the metal sheet. Coins like this have been sold in coin shows and online auctions for amounts that make people's jaws drop. Another rare and valuable type is the double die obverse, where the words on the front of the coin appear doubled, like a ghost image. These are loved by collectors and can easily be missed by someone who doesn't know what to look for. Now, let's talk about something most people ignore, but it's a goldmine for smart collectors, and that's the condition of the coin. A 1982 quarter in circulated condition might still fetch a few dollars if the error is clear, but if you happen to find one in mint state, with full details, sharp rims, and bright luster, then you're talking about a real winner. Collectors today are on the hunt for those MS-65 and above graded coins, especially with errors, and these beauties have been spotted at major coin shows in states like Texas, Pennsylvania, and Florida, getting offers that shocked even the sellers. People have reported finding these quarters in old coin jars, in inherited collections, and even in pocket change after years of sitting untouched. And when they realize what they have, it's like finding gold under their noses. Let me give you a tip: when you're checking your 1982 quarters, always look closely under a good light, use a magnifying glass if you can, and pay attention to things like doubling, missing mint marks, off-center strikes, or even unusual rim shapes, and always check the weight. The standard quarter should weigh 5.67 grams, but due to planchet issues, some rare error coins weigh a bit less or more. That little detail could mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a jackpot. If you're a collector, you should absolutely consider adding the 1982 quarter to your hunt list. Its unique mintage situation, the lack of official sets, and the crazy range of known errors make it a must-have for any serious numismatist. Coin dealers and auctioneers around the country have repeatedly stated that the 1982 quarter is one of the most frequently requested coins by intermediate collectors. It sits right in that sweet spot of being old enough to be rare, but recent enough to still be found if you're lucky. It's like a modern relic that still has a place in everyday circulation. But only the trained eye can spot its true value. There's even more demand for these coins when they come from specific locations like Denver or Philadelphia, and the best part is that no two error coins are exactly the same. That uniqueness drives collectors wild. They want the variety, the oddities, the stories each coin brings. So if you're out there searching, at flea markets, in coin rolls from the bank, or inside those dusty coin albums at grandma's house, don't overlook the 1982 quarter. Take it out, give it a second look, because what you thought was common could be anything but. And now for what many of you have been waiting for. Yes, the original market value of the 1982 quarter was just 25 cents, but now, depending on condition, error type, and demand, we've seen them auctioned in California for over $300. And one example with a rare double die was sold in Illinois for close to $500. Collectors are out there bidding, searching, paying real money for these coins, because they know what's at stake, so, don't ignore this date in your change. You might be holding a piece of rare American history. Top 3. What if I told you that one of those seemingly ordinary coins, a 1977 quarter, could be hiding in your pocket right now, and it might just be worth way more than you ever imagined? Today, I'm going to share with you everything: the secrets, the rarity, the beauty, and the unique errors that make this 1977 quarter not just a piece of change, but a piece of American treasure. So don't blink, don't skip, because if you're a coin lover, or even a casual collector, this video might open your eyes to something big you've been missing all along. The 1977 Washington quarter is one of those coins that collectors often talk about in hushed tones at coin shows and collector meetups, not because it's flashy or gold, but because it holds something far more valuable: rarity in disguise. Minted at a time when millions of coins were being produced across the United States, this particular year has its own twist. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced a huge portion of these coins, didn't use a mint mark at the time, making the Philadelphia version of the 1977 quarter mysterious for new collectors and sometimes a challenge for identification. But the real thrill? It's in the rare errors and the super high-grade examples that are turning heads and filling pockets in the auction world. Let's talk about one of the most exciting discoveries with this coin: the off-center strike error. That's when the image of the quarter is literally punched off-center, leaving part of the design missing or shifted. These mistakes were never meant to reach the public, but some slipped through. Now imagine holding one of those error coins in perfect condition. These kinds of pieces don't just draw attention, they draw bids, real money bids. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for double die obverse versions of the 1977 quarter too. That's where the lettering or features on the front of the coin look slightly doubled, giving the coin an eerie, almost ghost-like appearance, and making it incredibly valuable. Even something as small as a weak strike or filled die error can turn a plain 1977 quarter into a coin that's worth hundreds in the right auction. One of the most fascinating finds came out of a small collection in Ohio, where a 1977 quarter with a bold off-center strike and full details was sold in a local auction house for a surprisingly high figure. And just a few months later, a nearly flawless MS-67 grade 1977 quarter appeared in a Florida collector's catalog, and it drew the kind of attention you'd expect for much older coins. Why? Because high-grade coins from 1977 are tough to find. Most of these coins were used daily, passed hand to hand, worn down by time, so when one turns up in great shape, with that original shine, those crisp details, and no scratches or damage, collectors go wild. Now if you're someone who dreams of finding that one coin that changes your life, here's what you should look for. Always start by checking the rim and the edges of your 1977 quarters. Clean, sharp rims are a big plus. Then, examine the lettering. If it looks like it's doubled or slightly shadowed, don't ignore it. That might be a double die. Hold your coin under a good light and use a magnifier. Check for off-center features, missing letters, or any small detail that looks unusual or misaligned. And if your quarter looks especially shiny, flawless, or fresh, it might be uncirculated or close to mint state. These coins are like gold to collectors, especially if they've been tucked away safely for years. Now here's the most exciting part for every collector watching this: these coins are in demand. Auction houses from California to New York are listing them, with thousands of bids coming in from eager collectors who know that 1977 isn't just another year, it's a golden opportunity if the coin is right. Whether you find one in your change jar, tucked in an old drawer, or handed to you at a garage sale, don't let it go without a second look. People have pulled valuable 1977 quarters from forgotten rolls, from childhood collections, even from junk drawers. And today, those finds are making headlines in numismatic circles. So if you're someone who loves coins, who believes in the thrill of discovery, who gets goosebumps at the thought of uncovering something rare, then this quarter might just be calling your name. Collectors know that beauty, rarity, and value don't always come with a spotlight. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight, and what's more, the original market value of this legendary coin was just 25 cents, but today, depending on grade and rarity, we've seen them sell in Texas for over $300, and one stunning off-center strike with full features went in Arizona for close to $500, right through an online auction platform. So, go check those quarters again. Look in your wallets, your drawers, your family's coin stash, because the 1977 quarter might just be the secret star of your collection. Top 4, you're about to discover one of the most underrated treasures in American coin history, the 1979 United States quarter dollar. Now listen closely, because the story of this coin isn't just about age or design, it's about hidden rarity, valuable mint errors, and the kind of surprises that have collectors racing to find one before it's too late. This is more than just a quarter. This is a story wrapped in copper and nickel, and if you're a coin lover, a treasure hunter, or even just someone curious about what's in your own change jar, this could be the moment that changes everything. So don't miss a single second of this video, because in the next few minutes, we're going to take a journey through the most exciting secrets of the 1979 quarter, and trust me, collectors are watching this one like hawks. The 1979 Washington quarter was minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. That's right, and each one tells a slightly different story. Some came without a mint mark, others had a bold D or a delicate S, but only a few carry the kinds of errors and conditions that make them truly rare and valuable. Now let's dive into the stuff that gives coin collectors goosebumps, the mint errors. One of the most thrilling finds in the world of the 1979 quarter is the famous off-center strike. That's when the coin's design was accidentally struck away from the center, leaving part of the coin blank, or showing a bizarre, misaligned image. These errors are incredibly collectible, because they weren't meant to leave the mint at all. One off-center 1979 quarter was spotted at a coin expo in California, and collectors gathered around it like bees to honey. It later sold for a jaw-dropping price in a private deal, and we're not done yet. There's also the clipped planchet error, a rare mistake where a piece of the coin is missing, like a bite has been taken out of it. Now imagine owning a 1979 quarter with a flawless clipped error, and combine that with high mint condition. You're holding a coin that could easily break records at a local or even online auction. But wait, even regular 1979 quarters, when found in perfect condition, are in very high demand. Collectors are searching for MS66 or MS67 graded quarters. Those are coins that look like they were minted yesterday, with sharp details, smooth surfaces, and no wear at all. One such beauty, a 1979 D Washington quarter graded MS67, was recently auctioned off in Texas, and the final bid left everyone speechless. Another stunning piece with near-perfect luster and sharp relief went up for sale in Chicago and was snapped up by a private collector who had been searching for that grade for years. The truth is, 1979 may not sound ancient, but finding this coin in uncirculated condition today is no easy task. Most of these quarters were tossed into circulation, used in vending machines, passed through millions of hands, worn, scratched, and forgotten. So when a clean, uncirculated one pops up, especially one with an error or from a proof set, collectors go absolutely wild for it. And don't even get me started on the proof versions from San Francisco. These 1979 quarters were meant for collectors, with a mirror-like finish and flawless strike. But even among proof coins, there are rare variations, including the so-called Type 1 and Type 2 mint marks on the San Francisco versions. One is more filled in, the other more clear and precise. Collectors love this kind of detail, because it tells a deeper story, and adds serious value to an already beautiful coin. If you're a collector, here's something important. Always check your coins carefully under good light. Use a magnifier if you have to. Look for doubling in the lettering, irregular edges, or anything that looks slightly off or unusual. Sometimes, the smallest detail could be the biggest payday. Collectors are encouraged to hold on to coins that appear untouched or sharp in design, especially those with mirror-like surfaces, crisp rims, or clear mint marks. And if you think you found a 1979 quarter that looks better than most, consider getting it professionally graded. It may cost a little, but the value it can add in the market could multiply by hundreds, maybe even more. Now here's the truth for every coin hunter out there. This quarter may be sitting in your old change pile right now, maybe it's been hiding in a dusty drawer, in a forgotten box, or inside a coin jar at your grandparents' house. So don't ignore the quarters you find, especially 1979. Collectors across the country are picking them out, analyzing them, and listing them in auctions where bidding wars are breaking out. From New York to Arizona, auction houses are selling 1979 quarters with rare errors, high grades, and proof features, and buyers are paying real cash for them. Coins like this aren't just history, they're opportunity, and remember, this isn't just about money, it's about passion, the thrill of the hunt, and the magic of finding something special when you least expect it. This is what keeps collectors coming back. This is why we look at every coin twice. Because the next great discovery might be in the palm of your hand, and the original value of this coin was just 25 cents, but now, depending on grade, error, and proof quality, we've seen 1979 quarters selling for over $150 in Ohio, and one stunning off-center error sold in California for more than $220. That's the kind of profit that makes coin collecting one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. So if you've got a 1979 quarter, don't overlook it, take a closer look, inspect every detail, and you might just be holding a tiny treasure worth far more than its face. Top 5. There's a coin out there that has coin hunters, collectors, and even everyday folks racing to dig through their drawers, jars, and pocket change, and it's not from centuries ago, it's the 1966 United States quarter dollar. Now before you blink and think, oh, it's just another old quarter, let me stop you right there. Because what I'm about to share might just open your eyes to one of the most secretly powerful coins floating around American hands. This coin may look ordinary, but its story is anything but that, and if you're a collector or just curious about rare treasures, you're going to want to listen closely. The 1966 quarter was born during a time of change, literally. The U.S. Mint had just removed silver from circulating quarters a year earlier in 1965, and what followed were coins with a copper-nickel blend that looked the same, but had completely different value dynamics. That switch made 1966 quarters part of a crucial transitional era, and transitional eras always carry interest, attention, and yes, incredible collector value. Now here's where things start to get exciting. The U.S. Mint didn't produce any mint marks in 1966, meaning, you won't see a D for Denver or S for San Francisco like usual. They all look the same at first glance, but don't be fooled by appearances. Because hidden among these quarters are some extremely valuable versions that collectors are chasing like buried treasure. Let's talk about the errors, the heart-racing moments of any coin collector's life. There are 1966 quarters that were accidentally struck on nickel planchets, the blanks used for 5-cent coins. That mistake creates a visibly smaller and lighter coin that wasn't supposed to exist. When these coins show up at auctions, the bids start flying. One of these error coins showed up at an auction in Pennsylvania and went for a price that had the entire room stunned. Another major error comes in the form of the double die, where the image or letters on the coin appear to be double due to a misalignment during striking. Imagine seeing the date 1966 with a faint echo right behind it. Collectors go wild for these kinds of errors, not just because they're rare, but because they're uniquely flawed in a way that makes them stand out forever. One double die 1966 quarter was recently listed in a New York collectors forum and the offers were pouring in by the minute. And let's not forget the off-center strikes. These are the kinds of errors where part of the design is shifted to one side, leaving the other side blank or partially visible. A 1966 quarter with a 20% off-center strike was discovered in Michigan and quickly sold to a private collector who had been waiting years for a clean piece like that. These are the treasures hiding in plain sight. Now let's talk condition, because condition is king. If you have a 1966 quarter that looks fresh, clean, and uncirculated, with no scratches, deep luster, and sharp details, that's a jackpot waiting to happen. Collectors across the country are searching for 1966 quarters graded MS-65 and above. These are museum-quality pieces that can bring in big money at coin shows and online auctions. One beautiful 1966 quarter graded MS-67 sold in an auction house in Florida, and the final sale left the audience in awe. That same day, a similar piece went up for sale online and disappeared within minutes. That's how hot this coin is right now, and proof like strikes, even though 1966 didn't officially have proof coins released for circulation. There are some high-quality specimens out there that have that mirror-like surface collectors dream of. These coins sparkle under light, show sharp contrast between the raised design and the background, and are worth tracking down with your eyes wide open. If you're a collector, here's what you need to do. Don't just toss your change into a jar and forget about it. Look at every quarter dated 1966. Inspect it for sharpness, detail, and any unusual features. If it looks cleaner than normal, has any kind of doubling, misalignment, or is smaller in size, set it aside immediately. Use a magnifier, hold it under light, compare it with a regular quarter. You might be holding a coin worth more than you ever imagined, and if you find one in great condition or with an obvious error, get it graded professionally. Grading can elevate your coin's value and prove its worth in the market. Collectors are always ready to pay premium prices for certified pieces. These coins are not just pieces of history, they're active stars in the modern coin collecting world. The 1966 quarter is one of those coins that looks ordinary but carries mystery and surprise. It's a quiet legend that only the sharp-eyed hunters recognize. That's why it's so important to not overlook it. Your next big discovery could be sitting right in your home, your pocket, or even inside a forgotten coin jar. People have found 1966 quarters in the wild and turned them into serious money, and the best part? This coin originally came with a face value of just 25 cents, but now, we've seen 1966 quarters with striking errors sell for over $200 at a major coin show in Nevada. Another with a nickel planchet error reached more than $180 in an auction in Illinois, and high-grade examples, they've been seen going for well over $150 in private online deals. Collectors are on the hunt, and now, so are you. So check your pockets, search your drawers, because your lucky find might just be a 1966 quarter waiting to make you smile. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most quietly powerful coins, don't forget to like this video, comment below where you're finding your coins, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. Happy hunting, coin lovers!